DOGE co-chairs Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy heading to Capitol Hill next week to talk to lawmakers. They are eyeing some major government reforms to slash spending. Fox Business's Hillary Vaughn, hello, my friend, is live at the White House with the latest on this. Hillary.
Great to be with you, Molly. Well, this meeting with Musk and Ramaswamy and Republican lawmakers shows that Congress is taking the goals of DOGE to cut government waste and trim spending seriously, and that they want to work together to get it done.
I think having people that bring a business mindset, having been a small business owner, bringing that business mindset into Congress, looking at agencies, I think can be a very effective strategy. So having Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, both individuals who have started companies, grown companies, we're looking forward to working with both Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy on making government both efficient and effective.
Most people spent Thanksgiving Day carving a turkey. Vivek Ramaswamy spent Thanksgiving brushing up on ways to carve up the size of the government, posting this picture of some light beach reading, suggestions from the Congressional Budget Office on how to cut spending. The CBO in these reports warning that if we do nothing, quote, federal debt held by the public would rise to 110% of GDP at the end of 2032, reaching 185% of GDP by 2052. Debt that is high and rising as a percentage of GDP could slow economic growth, raise interest payments to foreign holders of U.S. debt, and heighten the risk of a fiscal crisis. The Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget does have an idea of ways to save over $1 trillion, reversing President Biden's executive actions. The group says reversing some of Biden's actions on spending, things like student debt forgiveness and health care, could save $1.4 trillion. Molly?
Oh, my goodness. Going to be an interesting week ahead on Capitol Hill. Hillary Vaughn, thank you for being there for us. Griff?
Thanks.
Hillary and Molly, thank you very much. For more on this, let's now bring in Trump economic advisor Steve Moore. Hi, Steve. Thank you for being here. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving, although I guess you may be even happier now to see that the market is up, hovering around 100 and the Dow hovering at about 150 or so up, 160. And in the Dow and the S&P are heading for maybe its best month on record here. What do you make? I mean, as we wait for this DOGE plan to come, and to be clear, obviously, as Hillary laid out, this is going to be much more than just axing shrimp on a treadmill programs. This is going to be quite a drastic attempt to cut government. Do you tie the market's surge right now with things like this DOGE meeting?
Well, Griff, you are exactly right that we've seen just a burst of confidence since the election day, and that was reflected, obviously, in the boom in the stock market. But if you look at the consumer confidence numbers, Griff, guess what? Way up. If you look at small business confidence, way up. In fact, even Trump's approval rating now is higher than it's ever been since he started running for president, 10 years ago. So Americans are on board his agenda. If you look at polls and you ask the average American, how much of your federal tax dollars do you think are wasted? Most people say somewhere between 30 and 40 cents of every dollar. So my point is, I think Donald Trump and Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk are onto something here. I think they have the American people behind them. But, you know, you were mentioning earlier that they're going to take their crusade to Capitol Hill. I think that's where they may meet some resistance, not just from Democrats, but Republicans, because guess what? These politicians love to pass out money. They love to play Santa Claus. So
But
I think that will be
they...
the central challenge.
Why, after the American people clearly spoke in the last election,
right,
the working class speaking out. You know, Steve, today is Black Friday. Tomorrow is often known as Small Business Saturday. And at the top of this DOGE plan is regulatory rescissions that are coming, which is nothing but good news, I suspect, for small business owners.
Well, that's right. And those executive decisions, we think that there will probably be 100 to 200 of these that Donald Trump is literally going to sign into law basically in his first few hours in the White House. So you're quite correct. And you're also correct that those could save hundreds of billions of dollars. But what my point was that you're going to have to a lot of these reforms that are absolutely necessary, there's no question about it. We can cut hundreds of billions of dollars of waste and duplication, fraudulent payments, all of these things. But my point is that they're going to need congressional approval for a lot of this. And I think the real challenge is, can they not only get, Republicans, but Democrats on board passing these? But you're right. I think they have the American public and the voters behind them 100% on this. By the way, how can Democrats say they're in favor of waste in government?
Yeah, it makes no sense. Real quickly, before I run out of time, I've only got about 30 seconds, Steve, but I've got to get Steve Moore's take on Trump's threat of 25% tariffs on Mexico. And the Wall Street Journal points out that would, quote, shatter, in their words, the USMCA, the Mexico-Canada trade agreement that Trump negotiated himself.
Yeah, look, it's very simple. We cannot allow these poisonous drugs into this country any longer. The leading cause of death of young people in America today is drug overdoses from things like fentanyl. So even though I'm not a big tariff guy, you know me, Griff, I think this is an appropriate tool to save lives in America. And Mexico and China have to help in this crusade to end this epidemic of lethal drugs into this country.
We shall see if it works. We knew it was coming, and here it comes indeed. Steve Moore, thank you for taking time. Have a great weekend.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.